Hi, my name is Carl Pearson, and I'm the editor of Video Newspaper. And in this edition, I'm going to explain why you're having so much economic difficulty. In fact, the phrase top-down explains why we have gotten into our economic mess, and the phrase grassroots is the obvious cure. Let me explain. I'm going to give you some examples of top-down and tell you why top-down doesn't work for most Americans, but is fantastic for the banking interests, the Wall Street gang, arms manufacturers, and others benefiting from the war economy, the oil interests, monopolists, and others, the top 1% of the individuals in America, basically. Top-down becomes oppressive. The U.S. is a nation of laws capable of handling top-down evils, but when the system is perverted and lawmakers don't enact needed legislation, and in fact they dismantle legislation needed to protect voters and their rights and opportunities, top-down government is enhanced. In effect, your top-down lawmakers, in exchange for getting the private financing they need to run for office, cause a lawlessness by enacting legislation benefiting the rich or allowing the non-enforcement of law benefiting the rich, which enables the rich to steal everything they can, and boy, are they doing a great job of it. Here are some top-down parts of our government. Take the House of Representatives, 435 members, but only one person controls the House, that's Nancy Pelosi. The others hardly count. This system results in giving away trillions of dollars even though the voting public is outraged. It really doesn't make any difference what voters think when their vote doesn't count through this top-down government where a single person is in control. The U.S. Senate has almost the same system, with Senator Harry Reid from Nevada in charge as the majority leader. He unashamedly admits his top-down power in his website, stating, "My job as the Senate Majority Leader allows me to deliver meaningful results for Nevada families." By admission, the other states are not getting meaningful results for their states because the senators there are not the Senate Majority Leader. Reid and Pelosi have decided to pay trillions of dollars to foreign banks, U.S. banks, investment banking houses, both domestic and foreign, but not a cent to you. In fact, you and I are going to be paying for these trillions of dollars. Another top-down is Attorney General of the United States. He or she is appointed by the President and can be removed by the President, so that the power to enforce the nation's laws is really in the hands of one person. Another top-down problem. The Attorney General of a state, elected or non-elected. If elected, the Attorney General is responsible to voters, but when you have only one Attorney General in a state, you have the same problem as with the House and Senate. The power exists with a single person. What we need to do as to this top-down problem is to have every town, village, city, and county in the U.S. appoint and ultimately elect a town Attorney General. If this had occurred in the year 2003, when I first advocated this position, there would have been 40,000 attorneys general getting involved in enforcing the nation's laws, both federal and state, instead of only one national enforcer and one in each state, for a total of only 51 enforcers, all of whom are either elected or appointed by someone who is elected. Contributing to this is law enforcement taking place by only 51 attorneys general in the U.S. and subject to control by campaign contributions from the rich. We don't have the necessary law enforcement because top-down results in abandonment of enforcement to ensure campaign contributions for re-election of the Attorney General or person appointing the Attorney General. A strong mayor, such as in New York City, is obviously a top-down government. But when voters and competing candidates have little opportunity to be heard, the mayor runs the government for reasons other than benefiting voters. When voters have little say, the results are top-down government. Top-down conditions are created when voters don't count, when campaign contributions of 100 super-rich persons count more than 128 million votes in the year 2008. Assuming we aren't able to cure the campaign financing problem at the national or state level, we need to look at reform potential at the bottom level of government, at the town, village, county, and small city level. This is where a small group of spirited citizens can knock on all of the doors in the community and bring their reform message to the attention of everyone in a reasonable period of time and at very little out-of-pocket expense. This is a grassroots effort, or bottom-up, where the people have input. My solution is to look at the lowest level of government for a grassroots solution, to set up no-brainer programs to create prosperity for the residents of towns and villages smart enough to realize that prosperity is going to come in spite of federal and state governments, not as a gift to them from federal and state governments. They have to work for it themselves. Prosperity is available from a bottom-up or grassroots standpoint, and the sooner we realize this, the better off we are as a nation. Here are my bottom-up programs for creating prosperity in any town or village in the U.S. 1, a low-tuition 4-year equivalency college. 2, creation of a task marketplace to bring in $25,000 to $50,000 a year per resident. 3, an area-wide payroll administrator to achieve substantial economies for small business. And 4, a town attorney general, the new sheriff without a gun, to go into court and fight for the rights of residents, to stop the theft of their income, assets, opportunity, and constitutional rights. If you want more information about this, you can visit my website. I'm a lawyer, and you can find my videos by searching for CEPersVid on YouTube, and here's my address.